Well, not a game in it of itself. Fallout 3's new downloadable content was also announced, called Point Lookout. Now, trailers have already been available. This is the first of two that have been announced. Basically, with Point Lookout, similar to the pit in Operation Anchorage, it actually takes place away from Capital Wasteland. Now, I know the Operation Anchorage was a VR setup within Capital Wasteland itself, but you get where I'm going. Unlike those two, with Point Lookout, it basically looks as if you don't have to be stuck in that area for basically the start of it till you've hit a certain point, and then you can actually get out back to the wasteland. By the looks of it, you can sort of jump backwards and forwards as you see fit. You can expect obviously the new showing of weapons and more achievements, which, where that's going to be close to 2,000 achieved like Microsoft points by the time, well, Gamerscore points by the time the two new contents are out. I'm going to hold back on the new enemies for the moment. Basically, the look of this is what has drawn me in straight away. Atmosphere and look, it sort of comes across to me as sort of very survival horror, from basically like fog, the way that the trees are set up, water, the fact that everything looks deserted but not ruined, which basically on those lines, story wise, it's as if Point Lookout hasn't been touched at all by the nuclear war, but instead sort of just fallen into ruin. The actual story, from what they've revealed so far, based around the fact that they found a fruit in this area that lowers radiation levels better than the like your standard Rad-X and Radaway. Access, just like it's been with all of the downloadable content so far, you'll get a radio transmission after you've downloaded the content and start up the game. Following that will lead you to a ferryman called Tobar, who then takes you onto Point Lookout itself. Now, understandable with the amount of time it's been since the release of the original retail game, and obviously the fact that we've broken still the raising of the level cap, this downloadable content looks like it's been tailor-made for higher level Vault dwellers. In fact, with some of the things that have been said, basically just surviving in this place if you're a low level looks more a case of luck rather than judgment. Right, onto the enemies themselves. Instead of super mutants or the trogs from the pit, first enemies that will be thrown at you are called hill folk. Now, the development team themselves have basically likened these as something straight out of The Hills Have Eyes. Instead of them actually coming at you unarmed, they'll come using sort of shovels, axes and double-barreled shotguns. Bethesda don't want us to be fooled by basically how low budget that sounds. Basically, they're going to be potentially some of the most powerful weapons in the game, and obviously even more so when you've done the repairs on them. One of the quests that they've shown revolves around Old Calvert Mansion. The ferryman that takes you to Point Lookout basically claims it's got some kind of treasure. Once you enter, you're greeted by seeing a Gaul called Desmond being attacked by a group of enemies known as Tribals. These people are said to be some kind of cult, basically after the same treasure that you've been told about. I'm guessing at this point you can make your sort of Fallout 3 moral choices of whether to help or harm. I can't confirm either way. What I can confirm in that helping Desmond basically results in what I can only really describe as a Fallout version of like a Left 4 Dead major event where you're getting attacked by wave upon wave of these tribals. But instead of it being like a set piece where you're on the whole one level or you're basically rushing around for as best cover as you can, the environment actually becomes active in and of itself. For those of you who've seen the trailer, you'll know exactly what I mean. For those of you that haven't, you're basically having like the floors collapsing from underneath you, and you basically end up in the basement of the mansion itself. All in all, the trailer alone was enough to catch my interest. I mean, I'm a big Fallout 3 fan anyway, but everything about it, the fact that the look and feel of the downloadable content just from the trailer looks something fresh, and you can pretty much guarantee that I'll be doing a full review of this when it's released, which is the 23rd of this month.